Indeed, Hugo. So it was more of a life well-lived celebration instead of, very much sorrow and distraught. But obviously, we can imagine that people have suffered a great loss and they are mourning as such. But if you watched that closely, you would see how, the mourners and people who had gathered in that marquee, they were in celebratory mood as they were, paying their respect to the fallen 10 EFF supporters. We did also see the party leader, Julius Malema, take to the podium and also, honoring them, essentially speaking about the injustices of the country and saying that those who had fallen actually died coming from the battlefield. You'd remember that it was a June 16th Youth Day rally hosted by the EFF, and also very important to note the youngest victim over there being 17 years old. We did see the school that she comes from come here to also pay their last respect, and those were the pupils as well as the school principal and the staff. So that particular school, we understand, lost two of the pupils from in that particular accident. Quickly, I'm just going to bring in the Deputy Minister for Transport because he did make, a revelation to a certain degree with regards to the investigations around what caused this particular accident. What can you tell us, Minister?
At the outset, we want to reiterate our condolences to the EFF and the bereaved families on a very tragic circumstance which has befallen all of us as we grapple with national road safety in the country. We have just come from releasing the statistics of the first 5 months of the year, where we are witnessing a reduction of 8% in fatal crashes and 9% in fatalities. And therefore, this accident comes as a tragedy and a backward step in the efforts in which we are trying to do, particularly of the pooling and sharing of resources and visible patrolling on the roads and ensuring that there's due adherence to that which is expected. I can confirm that on Tuesday morning, after having been briefed by the department and RTMC, I requested the RTMC, as per the normal protocols, to participate in the investigation, because this is what we classify as a major accident where there are 5 or more lives that have been lost. And they worked with the SAPS and the Road Traffic Inspectorate of KwaZulu-Natal. I can confirm that last night I received the preliminary report of the investigation into this accident, and we are studying it, and the RTMC will take it to its conclusion. I had an opportunity to briefly give a summary to the leadership of the EFF this morning, but as I indicated, we will of course have a broader debrief on what the report actually contains, so that they can then be able to, as a party, one, have answers, and secondly, for families to begin to find closure about the nature and the set of circumstances which characterize this tragedy. What we want to reiterate is what we said again today, that road safety being one of my delegated responsibilities, we have recognized that there is a lacuna in the collaboration and communication we have with stakeholders, and that is within the party political space. We are working with the religious space, we are working with liquor traders, the trucking association, the taxi industry, but it's clear to us that political parties are a central part of the ecosystem, given the magnitude of events which require commute to various places for rallies and so on and so forth. And so I do intend in the coming weeks to convene a session with political parties for us to be able to see what more we can do actually around road safety. You will recall that the MK lost members a few months ago. The IFP to their 50th anniversary in Ulundi, there was an accident as well, even though there might have not been fatalities, but it was still an accident. And of course, the EFF now. So this trend requires us to come to the table, and I am having that invitation that will be going out to political parties for us to sit down and be able able to define the ecosystem and see where we can work together to ensure safety. We've got Women's Day coming up in August. The political parties will have plans, and so we do need to empower traffic law enforcement and our partners to make sure that road safety takes priority for the safe commute of all those that will be attending those political events. Just as we speak now, my office is busy facilitating engagements with the Shembe churches. You know that their holy month of July is starting, and we know the extent of the heavy commute and road usage that takes place there. So above and beyond, obviously, what we do recognize is that we need to quicken the review of the National Road Safety Strategy, and the draft reached my desk some 10 days ago, and we're now going to begin and roll out the provincial consultations so that I can be able to be in a position to meet the commitment we made to present a draft and reviewed strategy to Cabinet by the end of the year.
All right. Thank you so much, Deputy Minister, for your time. That was the Department of Transport's Deputy Minister Mkhuleko Hlengwa telling us about the plans that are now in the pipeline to hopefully try and help reduce such fatal road accidents, making references there to other political parties that have experienced, the nature of such that in some instances, though, which did not result in fatalities, but also quite a concern there when it comes to the road infrastructure at large. You'd remember that this mass funeral actually comes exactly a month after the Mthembu mass funeral that we saw a month ago, where 9 victims were actually laid to rest after being caught or succumbing to their injuries following a deadly crash.